Ahoy, ahoy, welcome to a brand new edition of the Ramble and Reactions. Hey everybody, it's Handsome Dan Knight and special guest, writer and cuddler extraordinaire, Nate Zoebl.
Is this like this is like 2 in a row now?
That's right,
like these are the titles and such.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's your nickname that you've earned. Congratulations.
You know,
Cuddler
both of
extraordinaire.
those aspects are entirely accurate.
Right, and I am Clever Eric Miller. I am the beast to these two gentlemen's beauties.
Stop.
Sure.
That's a tale as old as time.
You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Josh Gad.
Josh, I will say, so if you couldn't tell by now, we are going to be talking about the new Beauty and the Beast, the live-action Disney... I was about to say animated, but the live-action...
I was going to say, isn't it the same as the animated?
Well, spoilers, yes.
Yes.
So, we can tell you a little bit about it. It's kind of like Belle goes to the Beast to save her dad, Stockholm Syndrome, the movie. There's a gay character, or maybe two.
Kind of.
Yeah, like, it's...
Is it enough to get it banned in Russia?
You know,
anything's enough to get it banned in Russia.
I would say no. At least for the reasons cited, the fact that there's like 2 seconds of an exclusively gay character, it's not really exclusively
I was
gay.
going to say, it's literally a blink and you'll miss it thing. If you blink 4 times in this movie at the right moments, you will miss that entire through line.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I will say, it's nice, but it's also like, I like that Disney's actually getting a little ballsy and putting it out there. Mm-hmm. I mean, so to speak. But yeah, as far as the movie goes, could you pick out anything that they added to this film?
Well, I can pick out things that they added but weren't good.
Okay.
Like the new songs aren't good, and they give you backstories that you don't need.
And see, that's the thing. I went into this movie. It was like when I saw Beauty and the Beast. It was right around that time where it's like I remember Lion King and Aladdin more, and Beauty and the Beast I was like 7 or 8, so I don't remember it as much, and I identify with the other 2 more. So this was kind of like everything felt familiar, but it was like a weird kind of familiar. It's like I should know this, but I don't really. But it didn't really impress me.
Well, it has no reason to exist because it follows the 1991 movie beat for beat, sometimes almost shot for shot. And I thought going into it, well, I like the original. It's very good. The songs are great. At worst, I'll be indifferent to this. I gotta say, I was not indifferent. This actually kind of angered me a bit because it is a crummy version of a great movie. And honestly, this is not something I feel very often with movies, but I felt the urge to walk out.
Wow.
See, it didn't really anger me. When I watched it, I'm like, people ask me, like, how was it? And I'm like, it's fine.
Just watch the animated one.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
it, yeah.
like you said, you went in. I went in having like no expectations, and I left very indifferent. Like it's something I will be comfortable never seeing again. The only and that's the thing you were saying, beat for beat, like it's. You lose a lot of the charm in this translation.
Oh yes,
like,
it's charmless.
It's kind of wooden watching this go through. To me, the only highlight was Gaston because it's a ham and you get to watch him be super over the top. And it's for the first half he's really fun, and then he turns heel into a psychopath in about 2 scenes, and you're like, wait, what? That happened in the original? Okay, well, I guess now he's nuts. So
I would definitely say that that Luke Evans, who plays Gaston, and Josh Gad, who plays LaFoe,
Yes.
the sidekick,
Sycophantic.
who definitely, let's face it, in the original also crossed some homoerotic lines, so it's not necessarily new material here, just a little bit. But I would say by default they're the most entertaining
Yes.
things. But the reason that I considered walking out is I knew everything that was going to happen. It bored me, and it was just watching a substandard version. And especially when it came to the singing, you have people that are not as good as the singers from the original doing these songs, and it's like something is off. And in particular, Emma Watson's singing voice. It is auto-tuned within an inch of its life. It hurt my ears. If you're just going to have someone who can't sing, just have them not sing. Or what's wrong with dubbing people? Audrey Hepburn was dubbed in My Fair Lady. That didn't stop that movie from winning Best Picture. Just saying.
And to me, it kind of came across like, just about the singing, it came across where it's like a movie, you watch different types of musicals, and it was painfully obvious. You watch a musical like Les Mis, where it's much longer and a different type, but that was one of the things they touted about that. The actors were all singing, that was all their voices, and you can tell when you're watching Emma Watson sing, when you're watching some of these other characters do it, it looks like they're trying to do it, but you can clearly tell they're lip syncing, and that took me out of it kind of a bit.
I would also say, bringing it into the live action world, some of the things you were talking about being charmless, they don't translate well, and one of those aspects is definitely the the anthropomorphic servants. They come across really creepy.
I wasn't as creeped out by them, but what I will say in regards to that is this comes out, well, you had Alice in Wonderland, the sequel last year, which they don't really get touted as much as some of these other reimaginings, as Beauty and the Beast, and in particular Jungle Book. I will say, in comparison to Jungle Book, this shouldn't even be mentioned in the same sentence. What they were able to do with that property and how it translated into a film and what you got out of it was miles ahead of where this movie went.
Another movie you can't put in that same sentence, Pete's Dragon.
Now available on Netflix streaming.
Watch it.
Yeah.
It's a good movie
But
as well.
what Dan is saying, each one of those live-action remakes, it did something different. Or it took the
improved.
source material,
Yes.
improved it, especially in the case of Jungle Book and Pete's Dragon. And even like Cinderella, it didn't necessarily improve it, but it
Made it more
introduced
fun.
other aspects to it.
There was a reason for the story.
Yeah, there was a reason for it to exist.
Yes.
This one doesn't have it. And then there are certain elements where it tries to be more forward-thinking, like, oh, this is Belle. She's an inventor. She makes a washing machine that takes up the entire fountain of the town. No wonder everyone is mad at her. And you would think the one area that they would actually provide a little feminist reworking with the Stockholm Syndrome, they don't really cover.
Not as
And the
much.
movie is a half hour longer than the 91 version. So just watch the 91 version. It's got better acting, it's got better singing, and it's a half hour shorter.
All right, so gentlemen, grade this movie.
I'm giving it a C.
I'm doing the same. I'm generally on the positive side, but it's fine. Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it. I'm gonna wait till it's on Netflix, guys. I am not rushing to pay to see this one.
There's no need for that.
But thank you very much, everyone, for watching, listening to us ramble on a little bit about Beauty and the Beast. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Nate Zoebl does a lot of stuff online. Writer extraordinaire, cuddler extraordinaire, dirty sons of pitches.
Not as much of the cuddling as online, I want to say.
I could be online cuddling. We don't know.
Oh, don't go looking for that.
I was gonna say we don't know what those secret cameras do.
Keep an eye out. Nate and I are producing a web series that will be released in the coming months. We'll have more on that later. Look,
Written by me and Nate.
That's right.
Well, one episode from me.
written,
It still counts.
Yeah, it still
partially
counts.
written, starring in it for part of it.
This is basically like a core unit
A
here.
little bit.
Right.
Minus all the other people.
It's the corporate synergy right here. All
I
three
mean,
of us.
aren't we the most important?
Anyway, clever Eric Mahler.
Handsome Dan.
As always, like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you very much for watching. As always, ahoy, ahoy.
Ramble on.